This is 22 Nonprofits in 22 Days, brought to you by Operation Intel Veteran Stories.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope you guys have had a great weekend. Getting everything situated here. I hope you guys have had a great weekend. How we doing, Lion? How we doing, LT? Hey, Mac. Hey, Casey. Like I said, I hope everybody has had a great Monday. I hope everybody had a great weekend. Boy, it was a long weekend for me. As many of you guys know, my kids are always with me on the weekends. And this weekend, oh my gosh, I had a lot going on. Sorry about the rally point last night, guys. We will make it up. Love you guys. But I'm glad that we are all here tonight. I'm glad that, we have another amazing nonprofit. Make sure you guys are, if you're on here, share the stream. You never know who may need to hear some of these, not only stories, but being invited to a community like this. This community has turned into something amazing. And I always like to give a background for those viewers who are new to us. You know, I started Operation Intel Veteran Stories, and it was in a dark place in my life where I just wanted to get in touch with people that I thought that were going through the same thing that maybe that I was. Maybe they were going through it. The isolation, feeling like nobody else understands. And I asked my 11-year-old daughter, I said, do you think that people would want to hear from veterans? And I had been watching, your special operations podcasts and stuff like that, the Sean Ryan show, Jocko, the normal stuff. And I had an idea of interviewing, just your everyday combat veterans. So I put some feelers out on Facebook from, with my guys that I deployed with, and the response was amazing. The response was amazing. I started having more and more people volunteer to do it. And the stories were great. The cool part about it is everybody was saying, you remember the voice, and that was the cool part to me. But also more so than that, when I got off the air or stopped recording, it felt like a weight had been lifted off my shoulders. So more and more guys started coming through the show and stuff like that, and I wanted to do something more, so I created the rally point on Sunday nights for us to come together as a community because our whole goal is to prevent that 22 a day or reduce it. And I thought, well, let's come up with something pretty cool. A live show would be cool. And I started doing a spotlight for a nonprofit of the week. And after doing a few of them and having them on the show, I said, I think these nonprofits need a place where they can tell us what they're doing for the veteran community, because a lot of the times they go unnoticed. They put in, so much hard work and dedication, and they sacrifice for the veterans, and they get nothing in return. So the first idea was a 22-hour stream, sort of like your old TV marathons, which I thought was a cool idea. And then one of my buddies told me, he was like, listen, he goes, I don't think that's the right way to go, just because, your main audience isn't going to be up in the wee hours of the morning, which, I agreed with. And then we came up with 22 nonprofits in 22 days. And here we are. Day 9, we have interviewed some of, I don't even know how to explain it to you guys. Some amazing nonprofits. We've got the outdoors adventures. We have the parades, the books for boots, the Be Our Soldier outreach. We've got equine therapy, equine horsemanship. We had a lady out in not Utah, Montana, that helped nothing but female soldiers because she's seen a need there. So, yeah, Mac, you know one thing. Hey, my pleasure, Brandon. My pleasure. And you know, not to get too far off this subject, my daughter, my 11-year-old daughter is my absolute. Well, they all are, but she, well, all of them, to be honest with you, they love this show, and a lot of the times they'll watch it, which means a lot to me because it's like when they're not around me, they can still watch the show, see familiar faces, see what I'm doing, and it's just a cool feeling. And then when they come down, well, you guys know the little one likes to pop her head up right about here, in the middle of the show, which is hilarious. So, you know, tonight I have a really cool episode for you guys. I've been looking forward to it. You know, this guy started showing up in our chats and started talking and being a part of the community. And you know, there's one thing that surprises me. Well, it doesn't surprise me knowing the people in the community, but it makes me proud. And that is when a new face shows up to this, you know, stream or show, I should say. And we've had a couple of them now where they're like, I'm struggling. What do I do? There's times when I can't look over and I can't see every single comment. And you guys have done, I'll be on, one hell of a job interacting with the soldier, making them feel like they're a part of the show, and not only a part of the show, but a part of the community. And I'm proud of that because that's what we're all about. We're all about making a community that's there for everybody. And I think that we are getting closer and closer to breaking through those doors where that number 22 is reduced and we're on the right track. We keep on pushing through, and I think good things are on the other side. So, like I said, I'm glad you guys are here tonight. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. I know down there in the south it's starting to warm up a little bit. Up here it is as well. But make sure you guys, if you guys are in here, go ahead and share this stream to your Facebook. Get this out to as many people as possible. Tonight's show is going to be from the great state of Louisiana. You guys are kicking butt down there. I'm telling you what, you guys are doing great things. And tonight, I'm proud to say I have another member of the nonprofit community when it comes to Louisiana, and that is Odin Sons MC. Let me get him off of mute here. Give me 1 second. Shiloh, he is a sergeant at arms for Blackwater. It's the Blackwater chapter, right, Shiloh?
That is correct.
For
So we are Odin Sons Veterans Club. We are VC.
he's over there like he's over there like I'm about ready to shake this guy down. He keeps messing up. I've already messed up a little bit tonight. I went to get a water and spilled all the water down me, and I told him, he's like, hey, you know, it's one of those days, buddy. It's one of those days. So, Shiloh, let me ask you something. For those people who don't know you and have no clue who you are, give me some background into who you are and what made you want to join Odin Sons.
Well, first and foremost, being a veteran, you're always looking for the brotherhood, looking for the camaraderie, if you will. And my love of motorcycles has kind of drawn me to where I'm at today.
Sorry, we're having audio issues. People are saying they can't hear you. So give me 1 second. I'm like, oh my goodness. Give me 1 second. We already talked about this, didn't we? We said, give me 1 second. We're having audio issues.
We seem to turn mine up, but mine's up.
Yeah, I think it was with my thing. Yeah, that's what it was. You guys can hear him now. Okay, great. I'm so sorry, Shiloh. Let's go back through that so people can understand who you are. Now that they can hear you. Now that they can hear you.
All right, so now that they can hear me, first, did you get the correct right that we were Odin Sons VC, not NC?
Yeah. Yep, sure did.
Just want to make sure. Yeah, so for me, I was in El Paso and was getting out of the military, and of course, 9/11 happened, and I went back into the military, and I got my T-shirt from Iraq. Came home, had difficulties like everybody else, like major difficulties with some neighbors. We won't get into full detail, but it was time for me to move or go to jail.
Yeah, let me ask you something. When after Iraq, did you have the same things that most of us have, which is that isolation feeling and feeling like kind of like nobody else understands? Is that something you dealt with as well?
That was a difficult transition for me, and unfortunately, like most of us, I fell into the bottle, and that's kind of where I stayed for a few years because that was my escape from what I thought was reality. So.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest problem. Well, one of the biggest problems we deal with when we come back, right? You have a lot of veterans that deal with running to the bottle and things, which I did as well. And it just kind of makes things even harder. I forget who it was. I think it was on Friday. One of the pieces of advice from, one of these nonprofits was like, put the bottle down. That's some of my biggest advice. And I couldn't agree with that more. I think, putting that down helps us out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And, since coming to Louisiana, we all go to the VA, and the VA is what the VA is. They're good on prescriptions, and, hey, this is what's going to make you better. Unfortunately, for some of us, that's not the case. So, and that's where I decided it's time for me to get a motorcycle.
Hey, did that help out a lot? Did that they're saying that the volume is low now, so I'm trying to figure out why it's being low, because guys, on my end, all the volume stuff is turned up. So I'm not sure why you guys are getting the volume down so low. I'm sorry, Shiloh. I just wanted to kind of address it before everybody starts saying the same thing. I want to make sure. Yeah, guys, his volume is turned all the way up on my end. Let me see if there's something in the filters that maybe I can do. Because that doesn't have a noise suppressor or anything on it. Hold on. Sorry, Shiloh.
No, you're good. Yeah, everybody's blowing my phone, telling me to unmute it or turn it up. I'm like,
yeah, I'm trying to do the same thing. I don't know why it's low. Brandon said, "Tell that old man to get closer to the mic."
hey, I can use my army voice if that's what we gotta do. Just saying.
Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. Because on my end it shows that you're loud and clear. Let's see. Is that any?
Turn the volume up.
Yeah, just put put him on full blast here, guys. I don't know what that may be. I have no clue. Because on my end it's showing everything is turned up on his and everything's turned down on mine. Not exactly sure, guys. So you get a motorcycle, right? And I'm going to go back into this because I don't know exactly how to... They're saying project that army voice. But you get a motorcycle. You know, I've never gotten into motorcycle riding or anything, but everybody that does say it's very freeing just being you in the road. Is that something that helped you out a lot?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I grew up riding motorcycles, but it definitely was my outlet and still is my outlet. But yeah, that's changed a lot for me, and it's given me that freedom, give me the freedom to put down the bottle. And I still drink, ain't gonna lie, but not as much.
Yeah, yeah. I think that that's one of the biggest things that we can do for ourselves is kind of not drink ourselves away. But you know, one thing I'm going to ask you is tell us a little bit about Odin Sons, because here's the thing. I have seen you guys all over. You guys have been mentioned in our comments section even before, you know, you found us and started coming into the lives and stuff. What if those people out there don't know what Odin Sons is? Explain to us what it is you guys do and what a little bit about you guys.
All right. Well, so Odin Sons actually started with a group of our brothers in Texas, and we're fairly new in 2022. They all got together at a hotel, and that's where they started Odin Sons Veterans Club. To start doing stuff for veterans and to give veterans the brotherhood that we were missing from being overseas. We also have descendants of veterans as well.
Do you think that helps a lot of guys out, the brotherhood? Because I think that's one of the things that when I think like a motorcycle club or, you know, a veterans club, I think everybody's wanting to come back and be around their brothers again. Sort of like, to be honest with you, it's sort of like what is going on this show, where everybody's around each other, everybody's interacting with each other, and people miss that brotherhood.
Well, and that's exactly right. That's what I was looking for. That's what I was missing. And so was in a couple different clubs, didn't find that, and you will have that sometimes. And then I started going to some events that Odin Sons was at, like what we're going to talk about, and started getting to know them and talking with them. And they really showed the brotherhood and the love of veterans and the love of what we've done, their sacrifice, and giving us that outlet to reach out to one another in need. All of us have the same thing, where our phones are open 24/7, 365. If you find yourself at night struggling, needing to talk, you can reach out to any one of us.
That's what it's all about right there. And I think that's what more veterans need is, you know, their brothers and sisters around them to say, you know what, if you're having a bad time, if you're having a hard time, we're here. And I think that right there is what most people are missing in their lives when they come back, right? Because let's be honest, a lot of people don't understand. Your regular civilian population doesn't understand, but being around those who understand what it feels like and that feeling inside of you, that's amazing. And I think that's when we get more change. What events do you guys do? So what exactly do you guys do for the veterans?
So before we get out of that, I just wanted to mention that our national president is a Seabee. So I know we don't see a lot of those guys around, but, you know, just wanted to throw that out there. So we have all branches of military that are within our group. So just want to make sure that those guys are mentioned before.
Yeah, definitely.
So we are a 501(c)(3). We got chapters all over, but some of the things that we do here in Louisiana, as we had mentioned earlier, you know, we do a lot with Blue Star Moms. Um, like I said, Miss Denise calls us her muscle, and when she needs muscle, she usually reaches out to our chapter president Brandon or our vice president Biggs, and yeah, so that's pretty much what we love her. Mr. Mark was great. We've got streets across America. We do the Red Rock and Blue Veterans Charity event. We do the Memorial Day Garden of the Flags. Is in the picture that you had posted earlier. That was we had the honor of leading the flags in. We had several of our guys from Texas come from that. We do GP Quebec. And then where we linked up with you guys, one of your guys came and talked to us was at the Watson Gumbo Cook-Off to raise funds for other non-vet programs. Where I just want to shout out to our team. We took third place. So, good job, guys.
I was supposed to be down there for that. I got invited to that. And, Nick told me, he's like, hey, we got invited to a gumbo cook-off. And I'm like, great, when is it? Oh, in about a week and a half. I'm like, I can't get down there in a week and a half. And he was like, don't worry, I'll eat plenty for you. And those people from there in Louisiana, and, I'm fortunate enough to, have deployed with a few of them. They always give me a hard time because, see, I like the Cajun food, right? Like your jambalayas, your gumbos, and stuff like that. But they're all the time giving me crap. One lady, actually, it's Casey Macaluso. She'll send me like pictures of what she's fixing for the night, and it makes me mad. So I wish I could have been down there for that event. One group that you said something about was Miss Denise from Blue Star Mothers. I'll tell you what, she is very, very nice. I love talking to her. And that's another one that had nothing but good things to say to you about you guys. But I think she's going to, or maybe speaking at one of their Blue Star Mothers events, their national convention. I'm not sure what they have planned for that. And they asked me to do something. I'm like, I've never done public speaking before. So, one thing I am going to ask you, though, Shiloh, is have you seen a difference with, or maybe have a story of a veteran that you can think of that has been changed by maybe joining Odin's Sons? Or what's the consensus about joining a group like your guys's for the veteran?
Well, we do operate like a traditional MC, but for the veteran, I do find that we do the hang around phase, the prospect phase, but I do find that once they become a member, that they do find the neighborhood that's there, and the true love. I mean, literally, these guys drive cross country for you, drop of a hat. And as we know, that's what we've always done for our brothers, and just if you need something, you reach out, and somebody will be there. Like I said earlier, if you're struggling, I can guarantee you that there's a list that will be at your door.
Yeah. Are there any events coming up that you guys are going to be a part of that you want to talk to us about?
We got some events that are coming up that are. Let me find that. Sorry.
Oh.
We have one coming up this weekend. We have a bike event in Texas. Just wanted to. So we have 5 chapters in Texas, and a lot of them, all of them are veteran driven of what they do. Some of them do different things. I want to shout out to, we have 2 chapters in Arkansas. That is Black Sheep Backwoods. We have 5 chapters in Texas. We have Dark Horse, who's having their bike event this weekend. Hellhounds, who I'm going to talk about, their mission is coming up. The Dark Horse, their missions are around Houston. They're working on helping them rebuild. So it's just, our chapters are doing a lot of things. We have Ironside. We have Endless, which is up north. and then we have a Kentucky chapter, which is Phantom. And so each one of those chapters have a certain thing that they do. Uh, Hellhounds, they're really driven right now with getting service dogs with good genes and training them so that they can help veterans that need service dogs. That's kind of their main mission. But I do want to shout out to River Bottom, the chapter president up there, Bugs. He's really done a great job in expanding Texas and reaching out, getting these veterans gathered up and helping chapters get started. And he really does a lot for that.
Yeah, it takes a team effort. Do you guys do like a I know a lot of these non-profit. Let's take Blue Star Mothers for example. Do you guys do like a national, like maybe like a weekend where all chapters get together or anything like that?
We do. We have a national birthday that's actually coming up in March, where all the chapters come together. We share a lot of camaraderie. Last year I broke a kidney riding a mini bike that I shouldn't have ridden. I think there was a video floating around. I think they got rid of it finally. It literally like killed me. But it's kind of like when we used to go to the field. All the brothers come together. We do dumb stuff, but we do talk about the mission, about what's coming up, and just chapters that are struggling or chapters need stuff. We reach out to them.
I bet you that's one heck of a good time. I'll be honest with you. I bet you. I don't. You know what? It's probably. You know what? If you do have that video of Shiloh, make sure you guys send it over to Operation Intel. We'll make sure to make you famous on the video.
Oh, I bet you will. And then, the River Bottom guys, Bugs is really good at rebuilding old bikes. We've got a bike raffle that they're working on. They got a bike night. Want to shout out to National Sergeant at Arms Tier. If you go and look him up, he has Tier's Forge. He makes old Viking type weapons, axes, swords, knives.
Oh wow!
And we started getting into doing like house decorations. So so check him out. He's got a page and he does some cool stuff.
Yeah, that is really cool. And you got people down here. Brandon said he had the video. Maybe we'll feature that on another show. But you know what Denise said was, she said Shiloh is one of the best cooks you'll see. So looks like yeah, no wonder you guys got third place in that gumbo cook-off, buddy.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there.
That was not me. So I had no hand in that at all. So there's more than me as a cook. There's a lot of cooks, as in Louisiana. There's a lot of cooks in our club. So I'm just lucky to be part of a great group that enjoys barbecue. That's what I do.
Barbecue, yeah. I like doing that too. I just got a brand new smoker last year. I didn't get to use it too much, but I definitely want to try out doing a brisket this year. But brisket's so.
One more. Sorry about that, but one more I wanted to bring up was May 16th. Our Kentucky guys have they're doing a thing at Bluegrass Harley. So for any of the veterans that are out there, we're looking to grow. We're wanting to grow this and grow the brotherhood and so if you know a veteran that rides, and you don't have to ride a Harley, but if you do ride, you love riding and the camaraderie, reach out to one of us and we'll get you plugged in somewhere.
Yeah, and this is a really cool thing because if you look at what we've highlighted here on this show, we've highlighted outdoor adventures. We've highlighted if you're into books, sending stuff out to the soldiers. We have covered a lot of ground. Heck, one lady she actually puts on like almost a full-on fair, Michelle. And I'll tell you
Yeah.
something. The amount of good people doing good things in these organizations is amazing. And what you guys are doing is you guys are helping out, but you're also healing as well, because, you know, with you guys being veterans yourselves, being together, accomplishing, you know, missions together, because going to these different events and stuff like that as a brotherhood, I'm sure you guys have a blast. I'm sure of it.
Oh, absolutely. And I wanted to talk about one more thing that we do every year. It comes up in the very beginning of December, which is we work with Fallen Riders with Night of Angels. That's we have it at the convention center or big area in Gonzales, where all the motorcycle clubs in the area come together. They bring toys and gifts for special needs children and adults. And we helped cook last year at Odin Sons Blackwater crew, but this year we took it over. They handed it off to us, and we as a chapter we did. I think we did right at almost 1,100 sandwich plates, barbecue plates for all the people, the clubs. So, but and we have a table there as well. So that's one of the things that we do, reaching out into the community of the club world.
Uh, you know, yeah, I think that's an amazing thing. Do you guys so this is the first year you guys did that? Were you part of that barbecue group where you got to help out with the sandwich plates and stuff?
Yeah, I did 65 pork butts.
That's a lot of food, buddy. That is a
Yeah.
lot of food.
Yeah. So, and then we got there, it was all pulled that morning. We got there and we started assembling sandwiches and plates and putting it all together. And yeah, so we got a great team that we get that all knocked out. And, you know, but barbecue is my thing. That's what I do.
What do you enjoy the most about doing this? Is it something that has helped you heal inside? Like, you know, take Shiloh right after the military and Shiloh today has being a part of the community and helping veterans and being a part of Odin's Son helped you out.
100%. Shiloh out of the military. Yeah, not many people wanted to be around. I was not that guy you wanted to hang out with. You know, was angry like most of us. And then as time went on, and then now, you know, a lot of people tell you I have a great big heart. I love reaching out. I love giving to the community. I like being out in the community, and I like being there for veterans in need and for other people in need. You know, you ain't got to be a veteran. If you need something, you know, when I'm there, reach out. You know, so that's healing for me. That makes me, I guess, feel like I have a purpose.
And you know, that's I understand you when what you're saying, because that doing this channel makes me feel like I have a purpose. I'm giving back to the community and stuff like that, and really making a difference. And I can tell by the way people are talking about you and Odin's Sons and everything like that. I think you guys are making a big impact in that community and in veterans' lives as well. So big shout out to you guys. You know, one thing I always ask is, I've started asking this actually, if you could give a piece of advice to a nonprofit out there that maybe is trying to work for veterans, what would that piece of advice be for that nonprofit?
Well, it's not as hard as you think, first off. But like we've done, we have a great treasurer. His name Wu, a Marine. He's really done a lot of the groundwork, making sure, you know, getting the nonprofit stuff. But I mean, you know, reach out to other nonprofits. Go to some of these functions and ask them, hey, what did you do? And I mean, we're always willing to help. So if you need a hand or whatever, look, we can get you the help you need. And so, you know, I think I think I'm trying to think. I think Wu told me that the Boots for Boots kind of helped us get into that. Trying to figure out some of it. But yeah, that's it. It's not hard. Reach out. And just do what you love. You know.
Shiloh, one of the things that surprised me, I was talking to another nonprofit that's going to be coming on the show on Thursday. And I said that I didn't know that the nonprofit area was so like competitive and they didn't really like work together. And she was like, no. She said, when I first started doing this, she said, I reached out and was like, hey, I'm putting on this event. If your veterans want to come, and I guess the lady she was talking to told her, like, these are our veterans. And I'm like, what? Down there in Louisiana, I kid you not, you guys are doing such a good job that, and I think what it comes down to is you guys work so well together. And you can tell by the events that you guys are doing and everybody supporting everybody. And you guys are doing it right down there.
Well, it's Southern hospitality. So
Yep.
just saying that. I know for a fact that all of the nonprofits and all the people that we work with is not competitive. It's like, we all have our little niche. They know I can cook. Miss Denise say they know I can cook. And I can cook for mass amounts of people. So, our chapter, that's what we do. We'll roll our smoke, whatever. If you need help, we'll cook for you. If you need muscle, we're there. So we are out here to help all veterans and the organizations that are doing stuff for veterans.
And doing one hell of a job, too. Doing one hell of a job.
One of the things that was brought to our attention, some of the things that we've done, we worked with another group, the CBMA, and we rebuilt the fishing pier at the War Vets Home in Jackson. They couldn't use the pier because it was unsafe. So it was brought to our attention. We partnered with CBMA. We got most of the materials donated. I think Miss Denise from Blue Star Moms helped with that. We got it all rebuilt. It's open, so now the veterans can roll out there, walk out there. We discussed if there was fish in the pond, but at the end of the day, if you got a pole in the water, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and it's some more amazing work that you guys have done too. I mean, and it just goes to show you guys, show those viewers out there exactly the work that you guys are putting in to help. And I think you guys are doing it right down there in Louisiana because you guys help each other so well. And if it's one message that I can convey to those of you guys that are listening that are from other parts of the country, and I'm learning just as much as you guys are because these nonprofits, I'm not from the nonprofit world at all, Shiloh. Yeah, we've talked about this. Like I came from the military. I felt the same thing we all feel. I didn't come from like a podcasting or anything like that. But what I have noticed that works the best is exactly what's going on down there in Louisiana, because you have all these groups that are shouting each other out that are saying, hey, you know what? You like doing this? I know somebody. Or that is huge. Or, hey, I need some help with this. And you have 3 more organizations coming to you and helping you guys. It's just incredible. And I think that if the whole country could get on board with what you guys are doing down there in that Louisiana area, and what I think that is putting the veteran first. And we both have a heart for that because we're both combat veterans. We both understand that feeling. But when you put that veteran first, like what you guys are doing down there, man, I think there's no way that number 22 doesn't come down.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and I just want to say also, and it's not only our Louisiana chapter, it's our organization as a whole. Odin Sons VC, we care about veterans and we care about families. So even family members, if their loved ones deployed, they need something, reach out to us. So we're here to make sure that they know that there's somebody there to help. You know,
Yeah, and you guys are doing a heck of a job. Last question for you, buddy, and I asked. This is kind of a double whammy out there for you because you're also a veteran, but you're also in the nonprofit as well. So this is going to hit a little bit harder. But if there's a veteran out there that is struggling, maybe it's feeling isolated, feeling like nobody understands him or her. What kind of advice or what would be a piece of advice that you would give coming from somebody who felt the same way to where you are now?
well, as you know, us as veterans, it's hard for us to swallow our pride and accept help and to reach out for help. So the first thing that I would say to them, if they're watching this, listening to this, that Odin Sons, you can find us on Facebook. Everybody's got a chapter. Message us, hit us on Messenger. Somebody will respond, somebody will reply. And, like I said, my phone's always open. All of our guys' phone's open. So we truly care about you. And when you reach that spot where you think you can't get help, there's somebody here. I will talk about something that some of my guys know, but I don't talk about it much. I have a bullet hole in my skull where my wife actually took the gun away from my head and it went off. So that's how close it was.
That's you know what? Thank God that you found what you found, though, right? Because I'm sure it's really freeing for you to finally be around other brothers and be able to do, pass that feeling along of freedom for those who may be in the same situation right now. So,
And that's what I want to push out, that Odin Sons VC, that's why we want to grow, worldwide, so that veteran does not have to deal with that. There's somebody that they can reach out to. So that's our mission. Our love of motorcycles and the love of the brotherhood is what we do. So you see us out riding, stop us, talk to us. We're mostly friendly.
You know what, though? I do want to, I will be coming down there in August. I definitely want to meet up with you guys and maybe go out to dinner or something. Maybe we can put something together. I know about 4 ladies down there from these nonprofits that would probably help out with that as well. But yeah, I think that would be a lot of fun to get to meet you guys and, sit down with you and get to know you guys a little bit better as well.
Definitely. We would love that. So definitely let us know and keep us posted.
Definitely. Is there anything else that you want to talk about? Is there any, plugs to some of these VCs that you want to talk about? The floor is yours, buddy.
Well, I mean, like I said, we have a great organization. We're doing good things. We're fairly new, but we're building slow, but on purpose. So, it's quality over quantity. We want to make sure we have, the right people in the right places. And veterans with the same heart that we have. And we also take descendants of veterans. So there is one thing I'd like to, if I can pull it up real quick, is what our mission is. So our mission is to foster the brotherhood that honors the sacrifice and service of military veterans, providing a supportive environment for camaraderie, healing, as we talked about, and purpose. So we do a lot of motorcycle rides, community engagement, outreach programs, and we aim to empower the veterans to overcome challenges, strengthen our bonds, and give back to the community we call home. We're united by respect, pride, and the spirit of service, and we ride not only for the journey, but to create lasting challenge in the lives of veterans and our neighbors. So that's our mission.
That's amazing. I think you guys are doing that. You can tell. Here's the thing. You can tell that how much you guys back each other, because I'm seeing new faces in this chat, and I wanted to read something from your. I think it was your Phantom chapter. Hold on. Give me 1 second here.
Oh man, what did I do?
This is from your Phantom crew. We needed you more than that darkness, brother. You see, and
100%.
that's the brotherhood. Where did you say the Phantom crew was out of?
They're in Kentucky.
So it just goes to show you, and that makes me extremely happy, because you got to think, as a viewer out there, the brotherhood is everything, and that's what a lot of us miss. And the way, what you guys are doing is you're creating a brotherhood outside of the military. But you have guys in Kentucky right now that are taking the time out of their night to support you and have your back. And that's amazing. I seen that and I was like, I have to say that. I have to mention that. So.
Well, and I know that all of our chapters and all of our members and brothers are that way. So me and my wife, we do a lot of long distance rides. And we were actually on our way back from a long ride, and we detoured through to stop and visit with the Kentucky guys. And, as everybody in our club, they're like, you're not getting a hotel. We got a room for you. So, that's what we do.
It's amazing work, and I'm very proud to say that you guys have been on this show and you're a part of this family now, and that goes for every single one of you guys that came on to support Shiloh tonight. Welcome to our family as well. We'd love to work with every single one of you guys, doing what we can, putting the veteran first. We're creating a community here. What I'll do is, I'm going to add you guys to our nonprofit group. I usually do that right after you're on the show, so that if anybody needs anything or maybe has a question, or maybe you guys have a question to another nonprofit, you can reach out to them. If there's any more crews out there that want to join that nonprofit, because I'm sure you guys all have different Facebook pages, correct?
That's correct.
You guys can all join it. And you guys can throw ideas off of each other and just become one community if you guys want to. Just trying to throw in resources and stuff to help veterans out.
Yeah. Well, I do want to say one thing, Tim, is we greatly appreciate what you're doing. Like you said, we talked earlier, this is not what you thought you would be doing, but, you've opened up avenues and given a platform to the nonprofits for veterans. And, again, the 22 a day is way too much. And we all have to figure out how we can slow that or stop it.
I do appreciate it. And, I'm blessed. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what I'm doing half the time when it comes to some of these programs and stuff like that. But, I think the one thing that I'm most proud about is seeing some of the differences in these guys that are in the chat room. Talking to, nonprofits that are actually doing real work, sacrificing for us. And you guys are a main part of the veterans healing. You truly are, and it's been my pleasure to have every single one of you guys on this show. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, again, like I said, thank you for giving us the platform and the time to reach out and to speak about what we do.
You're absolutely welcome, buddy. Well, listen, thank you for being on tonight. I look forward to coming down there to Louisiana and maybe being able to meet up with you, and we'll put something together where I'll get to spend some time with you guys, because anytime that I can make Nick drive as much as possible, I am all for, buddy. Let's take up some of his time.
Oh, absolutely. Well, and we'll make sure that we know enough time and in advance that maybe I can do some barbecue and we'll get you fed some real good food down here.
You better don't you play with me, because I'll end up staying down there. You feed me too well. I'm a fatty at heart, man.
No doubt. We'll get you a motorcycle and we'll get you started.
Oh gosh, wouldn't that be? You know what? I wouldn't mind, but I think Casey Macaluso said Tim would have to start off with training wheels, and I think she's absolutely right on the motorcycle and the things. All right, Shiloh. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on tonight. If there's anything that we can ever do for you, no matter what it is, maybe you're doing an event and you need, to talk about it, maybe an audience to talk to about it, reach out to me. I'd be more than happy to have you back on the show to tell us a little bit about what you're doing and stuff like that. If there's ever anything that I can do to help you guys, I'm here for it, buddy.
Absolutely. Thank you. And I do want to shout out to Nick for coming up to our guys at the Gumbo Cook-Off and giving us this door and this opportunity. So we greatly appreciate that as well. And looking forward to partnering with you guys and seeing what we can do.
I think great things, buddy. Great. We have the same mission. That's putting the veteran first. And we're going to do great things. I can promise you that.
Absolutely.
All right, brother. Well, listen, thanks for coming on tonight, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate you, Tim. Thank you.
Thank you. Give me 1 second here, guys. First of all, guys, I want to say sorry about the audio. I'm not exactly sure what was going on. If I need to redo that, and I'll go back through it, because sometimes technology is crazy. 1 minute it's working, 1 minute it's not. If it needs to be redone, we'll redo it. I don't care. I want you guys to be able to hear clearly what these nonprofits are saying, because it's an important message, right? Shiloh's been in the chat a few times, actually, and he was new to us, and Nick, mentioned Odin's Sons to us, and I'm just I am so happy he was on, an amazing guest, but went through his own struggles, found the light at the end of the tunnel, and I think that's saying a lot to us as veterans, right? Number one, I think, putting down that bottle helps out a lot. But finding something you not only love, but you're passionate about, and something that can get your mind off of things, I think that helps out a lot. And I don't give my advice out a lot just because, to be honest with you, I'm still figuring it out. I mean, before this show, I was struggling. This gave me a passion. This gave me something to put my mind on. You guys have helped me out a lot. So I think my advice to those veterans out there would be, number one, put down the bottle. Don't try to use it so much as a crutch, because we've all been there, and I promise you it's not a crutch. But number two, get out of the house. Get out of the house, find something to do, even if you don't want to. I've been there as well. It's hard, but you have amazing organizations out there that do, these hunting retreats. You have amazing organizations that do fairs and get-togethers and everything else to help you out. There are resources out there, and we're trying our best to bring them to you guys. So it's not so much of a search. I want you guys to be able to see that there are some good people out there that are doing amazing things that can get you out of the house, that can not only get you out of the house, but reconnect you with your brothers. Reconnect you with people who understand the feeling that you have, the isolation, the depression, whatever it may be. You need to get out of the house. You need to be able to be around your brothers, and I think these organizations are doing an amazing job. Well, guys, another great show with Odin Sons. You know, we have a couple different shows lined up for you this week, scheduling some as well. He is amazing. Thank you, Tim and Shiloh. Oh, Paula giving me crap now. Look at that. Nick. Listen, guys, you know, we have some amazing shows coming up. I have one on Thursday that make sure you guys are here for. All these nonprofits are great. This one's kind of near and dear to my heart, and you guys will learn more about that on Thursday. It's really cool. I can't wait to tell you guys the backstory of it, and it's gonna be neat. I'm super excited. So hey, thanks for writing that in the chat, Jeff. I appreciate you stopping by. You know, one thing that I'll show, look at the chat tonight, guys. You see his brothers showing up for him. That is what it's all about. That's what we miss. So when we're not around our brothers, that right there is our support system. You guys see it in my chat almost every single night. I mean, we show up for each other. We do things for each other. We make sure that, you know, everyone's okay. And that, seeing all these guys in here supporting their brother is amazing. Love seeing it. How we doing, Mike? Good to see you in here tonight. Listen, guys, like I said, great show. Great shows coming up. We are almost halfway done with the 22 nonprofits. We're almost there to that halfway point. We have had some great ones. So stay tuned for tomorrow night's show. I have another great nonprofit for you guys as well. I'm loving this, guys. I'm loving it. We are doing great things. So until tomorrow night, thanks for tuning in. If you're a veteran out there and you're struggling, come be a part of the community. But not only that, reach out, talk to somebody. I promise you, 100% of the people in this chat right now would be open to a conversation with you if you are struggling. And we would love to be able to help out in any way that we can. So I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Same time, same place. Good night, guys. Love you guys.
Real heroes, real stories, real impact.